Made in Canada. I'm sorry, why was I into this again? Hi everybody, I'm Derangerous. Bleach really pisses me off. Okay, in life, there are things I like. I love tokusatsu, I love sweet and delicious cheesecake, and I really love well-written anime. So I bet you're wondering, what is a well-written anime? A well-written anime, in my eyes, is a well-written plot, excellent character development that all combine together to form an amazing anime. Bleach is none of those things. But hey, if we're going to talk about Bleach, we have to understand where Bleach came from. And its creator is none other than the one and only Tite Kubo. Kubo got to start, as a manga artist when he wrote his very first piece called Zombie Power. This series put him in a lot of emotional trauma because he was forced to follow strict deadlines, as well as he couldn't really go all out in it. He had to restrict himself. After Zombie Power was done, he then had an idea for a new series, which would later become Bleach. But he didn't have enough confidence within himself to create it. Until, once again, the one, the only, Akira Toriyama came in and he gave him the motivation he needed to go out and make Bleach. Now, if only he can give him the motivation to actually make it good. So, why is this series called Bleach? Well, originally the series was going to be called Snipe, because he was going to have all the characters use kind of like rifles and sniper rifles and stuff. But then he kind of got rid of that aspect and replaced it with swords. So then he decided to call the series Black. But then he thought the name was too generic, and then he decided to call it White. And then he just decided, let's just call it Bleach. So yeah, Bleach. Now, let's dive deeper into this series and understand what the plot of it is. Fret not, everybody. I have the entire plot of Bleach all written down and memorized in the most simplest way I can explain it. Ahem. Samurai Grim Reapers fight Spanish-named monsters as well as German soldiers to protect souls. On paper, this sounds like, okay, on paper it sounds kind of stupid, okay? But one of the coolest parts about the series has to be the characters. You've got characters galore, each one with unique backstories, with unique abilities. Take Yasutaro Sato, also known as Chad. Don't ask, it's a kanji thing. But he's Mexican and Japanese. He has the power of his grandfather in one arm, as well as the devil in the other arm. I mean, it sounds awesome, doesn't it? Or you got other characters. Take Orihime Inoue. She has the powers to manipulate reality using hair clips. Then there's Uryu Ishida. Yes, he looks cold and he's that standard, oh, I don't like the main character kind of personality. But when you really see him in action, that's when the badassness kicks in. He can create bows of light and spirit energy. He can even use arrows as a sword that functions like a chainsaw. Just don't ask, it's anime, roll with it. This series had so much potential to be awesome, but it all gets f***ing wasted on one single problem. The reason why Bleach makes me so f***ing mad. Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo will at times fight opponents who are extremely powerful. These are opponents who have spent centuries training. These are also opponents who spend a good millennium fighting. And you know what? Ichigo spends 3 days training, and guess what? Oh, he can beat some of the strongest people who spend a millennia training and understanding their power. And it makes no sense. Seriously, how does someone do that? Okay, Dragon Ball Z does this with the hyperbolic time chamber. However, 1 day outside the hyperbolic time chamber is 1 year inside, okay? That works. That makes sense. Bleach's explanation? He's Ichigo. He can do it. But there's more to him than just that. Remember all those other factions I mentioned? The Hollows, the Shinigami, the German soldiers, also known as the Quincy, okay? Ichigo is basically all of it, okay? He's all of it. While everybody gets to be at least one or the other, in some cases too, Ichigo gets to be all of it, okay? To the point where if you literally take your time and read Bleach, watch it, whatever, it all comes down to, okay, new enemy, okay, we see the main new enemy, yeah, Ichigo's gonna fight him, and that's it. Sometimes they'll have arcs or certain episodes that focus around certain characters, and those are amazing, but it all, for some reason, just comes all the way back to Ichigo. Other shonen series tend to build up characters, show them how great they can really be through the character development, and not just focus on the main character, but take time to develop all the other characters, side characters. Yeah, they may not be the best, they're not going to be better than the main character, but give us a reason to love them, okay? Bleach has the foundation for that, but instead, they just kick it to the curb. Let's go back in time, shall we? The year is 2006. I'm exposed to different anime at that era, and all of a sudden, I see Bleach, and I wonder, okay, what is Bleach? I sat down and watched the first episode. My mind is just blown. That opening theme song by Orange Range, it was so great, even though it really didn't have 100% to do with the plot, but it still looked awesome. When I watched a few episodes, I fell in love with the series. The series was great. And I stayed true, and I followed the series for the best that I possibly can. And then, at one point, I noticed the writing started to get lazy. Everything started to be put on Ichigo. Ichigo, 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 Ichigo. Ah! If you're writing a story and you start noticing that you are putting too much attention into one character and not focusing about the others, take a break, okay? Take a hiatus if you need to. Take a year off if you need it, okay? Just don't sit there and keep writing a story in which you leave the God mode on a character. Listen, if you like Bleach, good. Good for you. I want you to like it, because you deserve to like things that I don't like, and vice versa. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. As for me, I'd rather have this Bleach. Damn it. So yeah, that was Let's Talk Anime. As usual, I'm your host, Dead Ranger Reds. If you like this episode, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell icon on YouTube to get notifications of new episodes. And tune in next time, where we are going to take a huge trip to the past. And I mean around, say, World War II past. But until then, peace out! Bleach pisses me off. Now, I bet you're wondering, what constitutes as a well-written anime? Well, those are amazing. Hold on. Different anime, and sometimes